One of the advantages of using Microsoft Teams is the integration of Class Notebook. Once in your team, you'll want to click on Class Notebook. Next, you'll need to set up a OneNote Class Notebook. If this is something that is new to you, you're going to want to click on Blank Notebook. It then gives you some information about what that notebook looks like. There will be a collaboration space where all your students can edit, as well as yourself. There'll be a content library, everything in there you, the teacher, can edit, but the students can only view. So like your course syllabus or anything else you want them to see but not edit would go into your content library. You then have a teacher-only section that you can edit, but the students cannot see it. So it's a place where you'll store information that at later time you can distribute to your students. And then each student in your class will have their own notebook, and the teacher, you, can edit that section, and the student can also edit that section, but they cannot see one another's notebooks. We'll click on Next. And on here, and each student has their own notebook, there are sections that you can decide what you want each of your students to have. This is in their OneNote notebook. So perhaps handouts is good, class notes, homework, quizzes. You can get rid of one of these. If you don't want handouts, you can simply click the X and it got rid of it. If you like to rename something, you can simply highlight it and just call it Notes. If you like to add more sections, you'd click on Add Section. Once you're happy with the different sections that you've assigned, you can click Create. It may take a few minutes for Microsoft to be able to generate your notebook, but rest assured, as long as it says getting your class notebook ready, it will be populated once it is done. Once it is generated, you will see this screen. To navigate, you'll hit this right caret up in the corner, and here are your different sections. There's a collaboration space, the content library, the teacher-only space, and any students would pop up down here that have added your course. Right now I only have this one student in my course. To start in your class notebook, you probably want to clean it up a little bit. Microsoft gives you all these help pages and maybe you want to read through them, but once you have read through them, you'll want to right click on the page, and then you can go down and you could simply delete this page. So yeah, I'd permanently delete it. With this page, maybe you want to keep the welcome and just change the content. You could highlight and get rid of it, or you could simply right-click and delete the page and say permanent delete. Next, you can go all the way to the bottom where it says add a page, and you can make your own welcome page and put whatever content you want on that welcome page. This will be the landing page that students will go to first, so maybe you'll put your nice welcome here, and after you've done that, I would encourage you to build out your teacher-only section. So in your teacher-only section, you're probably going to want to do the same thing and clean it up, so you can right-click on the section they give you here, you could delete that section, and click permanently delete. Again, go into your teacher-only section. You could then just add a section there, and perhaps this is just this is just Unit 1. And now you have Unit 1, and these are the pages inside Unit 1. So you could insert PDFs here, different documents, assignments, videos, and you can start putting all of your files into here. So basically what this looks like is a hanging file folder. Right now you have a file folder with Unit 1, and these would be all your pages. To add another page, you would simply click on Add Page. At the top is your title, so I can put this is Practice. And then if I click below, I can go to Insert, and from online I can insert files, pictures, links, audio, and you can look at the various things. There's also forms if you have assessments you want to put in there. Now to get a more rich experience with OneNote, you'd want to go up to Open in Browser, and this is assuming you're on a district device, a Windows 10 device. You could open an app, and what it will do is it'll open up the Windows 10 app, it'll sync this notebook, and inside of there are a lot more options of what you can do with the app. So I encourage you to play around with that, see the different options. So once I had a page, let's say I create one, and I just call this Unit 1 Notes. And let's say I added all my notes on here, and at some point I want to distribute this to the students so that within each of their notes sections, each student would get a copy. I would then go up to Class Notebook, and I would distribute page. And again, I would distribute this page. It's going to open up on the right-hand side. I'm going to pick what section I want to distribute to my students. In this case, I want to go to Notes. So I click Notes, and then I click Distribute. You'll then see it'll start distributing it. It'll tell you that it's done. I could then click out of there. I can go back and check in my students to see if it actually went to their notes. If I go into their notes, there it is, Unit 1 Notes. And I didn't have anything on the page, but you could see it got distributed. So this is how you would distribute pages to your students. Likewise, I can distribute a new section. If I wanted to add, let's say, labs or some other type of section, I can go up here to distribute new section. Another way I could do this, if I go up to Class Notebook right here, and I go to Manage Students, you can see I can add sections over here as well. One other thing you may want to do is maybe you don't want your students to have a collaboration space where they all can write in. You can simply toggle this to the right, and it will lock that, so now they no longer have access to this. This has been an introduction to setting up your class notebook.